January 11, number 19. It's 2026. A new day, a new beginning, and an uncertain future for the farming in Europe. This is going to be a long one, so be patient. I've tried to get this in one video. I'm not sure if I can make it or not, so let's do it. What is that had to do with awareness? Common sense living community. Absolutely everything. I want to talk to you today about green thumbs. You have them or you don't. In other words, growing or raising our own food. It will be done in all of our locations, if you participate in it or not. And it will also be very educational for children, living on the property or not. We have to teach them that food does not grow in supermarkets, but on shit. Plain and simple. Now, this morning I got a little fired up, and I still am, about what? Mercosur deal. Strolling to YouTube this morning, I found out that Brussels again decided that we need free trade deal with South America. Okay, as a capitalist, I understand. So far so good. What I don't understand is the madness and stupidity plus the total absence of common sense. On the economic side of it, I'm just a dumbass. I'm way too stupid. On the common sense side of it, it doesn't end up. Economic side that I heard is this. Only big companies and manufacturers gonna benefit from it. And most of them are all private companies. First of all, I'm all for fair trade all over the world. No matter if you're in business, big or small. You have to trade, make some money. But if you cannot export your product to another country of your choice, there is something wrong with your management team. It is also clear to me that especially the German car industry is going to benefit from it. Why? Because Germany is the motor that keeps Europe going, according to Brussels. So, what are we going to do? We're going to all work for the Germans? So that what they always wanted, one Europe, one Germany. Hold on a minute, let me make this crystal clear. I have nothing against the Germans at all. As for any group of people around this world, okay? Neighbors. This is strictly politic and especially against the Brussels elite. What we're gonna do? We're gonna work in Europe for all the good car companies in Europe, like England, Holland, Italy, France, Sweden, etc. And the reason the economy in Germany is declining, the population is freezing to death, is of the sanctions against Russia. No natural gas due to Brussels. But now, with the Mercosur deal, we're gonna trade with Brazil. Good for them. But Brazil is also a member of BRICS, the alliance or treaty between countries as Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The BRICS members alone equal about 2/3 of the population, or something like that. If you want to sell more of your product, so more people can have access to it, make the damn thing cheaper. And I don't mean in quality or materials, but less profit. It's all in the numbers. I'd rather sell 1 million things with €1 clear profit than 10 with €1,000 profit. There's a quote in a book that I read from North American Indians that says, if the last tree is cut, the last river is poisoned, and the last fish is caught, you will conclude that you cannot eat money. End quote. What is it what they want? That the whole of Europe is going to work in factories so we can export and be dependent on our food intake from another continent? That it is in total contrast with the accord signed in Paris about saving the planet. That's right, I'm talking about the transfer cost. The transport, all that is extra cost and bad for the environment. And if every person in Europe is given the chance to grow or raises his own food, depending if you want to or not, we will be walking in high cotton forever. Everybody can grow some sort of food on his windowsill at home or wherever else in the house. But before diving in the food side of the Mercosur deal, what about if South America says to the big companies in Europe, why don't you build it or produce it here? Think about that. I might be able to squeeze it in, so stay with me. The food side. It is hard to grow Brazil nuts in Europe. That's why they're called Brazil nuts. I love them, by the way, as well as the fruits, nuts, veggies, spices, etc. grown around the equator. So we need to import them. We cannot grow them in the EU. Now, if South America decides that they themselves want to grow what they import from Europe, there is no stopping. There is plenty of room. They can cut the rainforest down and use it as fuel to make electricity. So they can create colder growing conditions indoors. There's no money in oxygen. Let's burn the jungle down for electricity because our lives depend on it. Yes, you, with your head up your ass, we need more electric devices and made out of plastic to survive. Wake up, damn it! More important, as a Homo sapiens species, oxygen, not filtered by a mask by the way, is the most important. Second, pure drinking water. Third, food, preferably organic. That's it. 3 major points, otherwise we won't survive. Hey, it's my opinion, good or wrong? The future will tell. Okay, that's out of my head now. Back to awareness. I want to grow our own food on each location and has his own crop, depending on the growing conditions. I want to do business with the local farmer and look him in the eye, or her, no matter what they grow or raise and produce. Will I be able to do that when a farmer is on the... don't think so. And if the local farmer sells you a shitty product or bad quality, you know where to find him or her. So don't take my word for it. Look at this video on YouTube. And this person does a far better job than I ever will in explaining what lays ahead of us with the Mercosur deal. It's called Gript Media, GRIPTMEDIA, with the title of the video, Has the EU just signed a death warrant for farming? Please do. Your future depends on it. Life is like Nike. Just do it.